with the, oh my God, what's his name? How do you pronounce it? Yanukovych.
Yeah, I wrote down his name too. I have a hard time
I can't
pronouncing it.
pronounce it.
I'm gonna butcher it, so.
Well, apparently, he has protesters like out on the streets who oppose and are against his rule, so they want him out of office. And they said they'd stand out there until I think May or March or something with an M. And
he's gone, right?
He's running.
He's out.
Yeah, like he's been to 3 different, but I don't think they're gonna find him because he has like a small group of supporters, but they are like strong people. Those are the people who have weapons and like armed. But yeah, like I don't think they're gonna find him for now.
Yeah, I mean, I think they have an idea, but I think he is gonna be gone for a while.
Yeah.
I found in a BuzzFeed article that the protesters, let me get this. Where is it? They found a lot. They went into his like the president the compound because it's gone. There's no one there, and they found some pretty interesting things. They found a zoo.
Yeah, tell me about that.
Yeah,
it's
like a mini zoo. They have, I don't know if the animals are still there, what they're planning on doing with them, but they found like peacocks and pigs and like goats. It's really weird. I have no idea why, how it got there, but they found a zoo, like a playground. They found a mansion, a yacht in the compound. I thought that was really weird. I mean, I didn't look too much into detail about this stuff. I just thought it was really interesting that they found the stuff in there. And they also found a spa. There was like a little spa compound, and apparently there was a really large car collection.
Like this is
in the within the gate within the gates.
Because they were saying, I was reading, I think it was on BuzzFeed or on Flipboard, because I have the app on my phone which won't open up right now. The political officials in Ukraine and in Russia have spent so much of the money on themselves rather than the people. I think the what do you call it? Like when the country has like a whole bunch of money and the I can't remember, but the whole entire country, like the officials, supposed to have like 38 billion to support themselves. They have 1.5 billion left, and now they're coming. This Washington is gonna like help bail them out, and so you telling me this now, I'm just thinking like,
oh yeah, it's we've seen it before, like. In France, like the revolutions where there's just rebellion.
Yeah.
And, I mean, obviously now they won't get, like, beheaded in front of people. They don't do that anymore. But, I don't know. It's sad. And it's going on in Venezuela also.
Oh, what's going on?
There's also protests and uprisings in Venezuela, and people are trying to take pictures and share it on social media, obviously, so that everyone else can see what's going on and what it's like. The Twitter photos were blocked. They made it so that people who were trying to submit photos on Twitter, they couldn't. They were blocked, so no one else could see them. And there were riots also, like, in the plaza areas. Those are, like, burnt down.
So they had, like, cops,
sad.
like, in Ukraine come out beating people and stuff there as well? Or
I'm not sure exactly. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really bad. There's a lot of riots as well.
It's, like, everywhere is bad. I mean, you can't go on the news and find, like, at least one thing that's, like, super like happy, somebody's doing well in life. Everything's so depressing.
And like with the weather too.
Yeah.
It's
Well, I
bad.
mean, there's a story that really like touched my community, like the my culture. A lady in Kingston, Jamaica. She she's about like 34, I think, 6 kids. She was found her body headless. Her and her lover were arguing, and I don't know where the kids were. She has 6 kids, ages 4 to like I think 10 or 12. And her and her lover were arguing, and
I think I heard this.
you did?
I think so. I mean, continue. It sounds familiar,
Her
but
and her lover are arguing inside the house. Neighbors around here. The thing with Jamaicans is they're not about to go outside and listen to like a married couple or whoever argue because they're afraid, because everyone has like, a weapon in their house, or they're too afraid that
yeah.
they'll get hurt. And this is like in a really bad area, like really poor. So so yeah, the neighbors say they hear her and her lover screaming and yelling, and all of a sudden they don't hear anymore. So one of the neighbors comes outside with a cutlass, or I don't know how Americans say it, like we call it machete. Goes outside to go see if she's okay, and finds her body there. It looks like she had on her underwear, her slippers, and a pink undershirt. And she's now dead, and they're on a manhunt hunt for the boyfriend. Like, who does that?
That's terrible. I know there's a lot of negative stuff in the news lately. I have a few other ones. Have you heard of El Chapo?
No.
That's like his nickname. He was the Mexican drug lord.
Oh,
he
got
like
caught?
the most wanted drug lord.
Yes, yeah, I read that
on the DEA. He was on the list. It was so funny. Well, not funny, but I was really interested about it because I went to Mexico for winter break with my family, and we were staying in like the Cancun area, and for the day we took a boat to an island like close to it. It's called Isla Mujeres. And we were passing his house. Like, apparently he has a house on this
Did you know this,
tiny little island. Yeah, the guy who was driving the boat, he's like, yeah, this is, he's America's, just in general, like, most wanted drug lord. Like, this is his house, like, no one's there. It was a decent size. Like, I mean, it was big, but, like, there was a yacht there, and, it was nice. And it was at, like, it wasn't secluded. Like, it was just very open, so I don't imagine anyone was there.
How did they catch him?
They found him in a joint operation with like some other woman. He has a family, I believe. I have no idea what happened to them. He's been on the hunt for 13 years. Yeah, so it's like amazing that they found him. But I guess he's been followed for the past few weeks, and then
they finally found the perfect time to 13 years.
But yeah, he was on the loose for 13 years, like jumping around. And he's worth over $1 billion. It's
so now all those little small cartels in Mexico are gonna this is their time to like.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on with that, but he's responsible for a lot of deaths.
I've seen his pictures.
And like he's only 57 years old. Like,
he doesn't even look like if I'd walk past him in the street and not be afraid.
Have you seen Breaking Bad? I'm not gonna get into a rant about Breaking Bad.
I saw a documentary on it about the real guy. Like,
with Breaking Bad.
Oh my gosh.
The AMC TV show?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's amazing. But it's kind of like that, just like a regular, like an ordinary looking guy who you wouldn't even think, you wouldn't even second guess about him doing this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I saw a picture of him too. I was like, oh my god, like he has a family, all this stuff.
He's a little skinny little Mexican man. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, he is responsible for dealing in smuggling like a lot of cocaine and other drugs. God. Like, I don't want to get into it, but I thought it was really interesting how they finally found him.
Yeah.
And the fact that he was able, especially in this in this day and age,
Mm-hmm.
like being able to kind of be on the run for 13 years.
I still
like
can't get
that's
over that.
amazing.
That's amazing.
That's amazing. So, I don't know if they're going to come out with more stories. Like everyone
Mm-hmm.
knows his background and like what he's done and stuff.
I guarantee you that in a couple of years, somebody's
There's
gonna
going to
come
do
out
a
with a book,
movie.
a book or a movie. Yeah,
And I will watch it.
I will so watch it. The movie I think would be really interesting. I mean, yeah.
I think so too, but they just found him, so I don't know if they're gonna do like where he's gonna end up. I'm sure like in federal prison.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
Absolutely.
They're
but
gonna
like
do
where
him
in the
horrible
US
there.
or in Mexico,
Yeah.
like is he gonna be isolated? I have no idea.
So
So
do you
I'm
know?
sure that will be around soon.
You know if did he leave Mexico at all, or he was just there?
Yeah, I think so. I read that he traveled around in like South America for a
Mhm.
little.